Section 2.2 is about adding integers. Now, if you remember right, we talked about integers being positive and negative whole numbers. The most easiest way, or the first way to add integers, is by using a number line. So if you were trying to add -2 plus -1, you would put yourself at -2 on the number line, and because it says -1, you would jump backwards or to the left one spot, which lands you at -3. Down here, you would be at +2 on the number line, and then you're adding a -2, so you're going to go to the left 2, and it lands you at 0. So +2 plus -2 is equal to 0. That's like saying that you're adding the opposites. It's kind of impractical to always use a number line because you might have numbers that are too big to put on a number line, or you might not have time to draw a number line every time. So there is set rules that you're going to use when you add positive and negative whole numbers. So the addition rules are this. When the signs are the same, they're either both positive or both negative, you add the numbers and use their sign. So I had -4 plus -5. I add those two numbers together, which is going to give me a 9. I use their sign, which is a negative. Or if both numbers are positive, you add them together. They're both positive, and you don't have to put a positive. If you don't see a sign, you know it's positive. When the signs are different, when one's positive and one's negative, you subtract the smaller number, not paying any attention to the signs, from the larger number and use the sign of the larger number. So in other words, let's say I have -4 plus +3. I'm going to say 4 minus 3, because the larger number is 4. I'm going to subtract the smaller number, and I'm going to get a 1, and the larger number is negative, so it's -1. Now, when you add the additive inverses of each other, like 5 plus -5 equals 0, you're always going to get a 0. So if I have like -4 plus +4, that's going to give me a 0. So here's a few examples. The signs on these, let's let it focus in here. Okay, 6 is smaller than 12, so 12 minus 6 is 6. The larger number is positive, so the answer is positive. 15 minus 12 is 3. The larger number is negative, so the 3 is negative. 10 minus 7 is 3. The larger number is positive, so the answer is positive. 35 minus 10 is 25. The larger number is positive, so it's positive. All right, now I want you to try some of these. Try them, pause the video, and then come back to them and see if you're right. Trying to adjust this to make it more focused. There we go. Okay, so 3 plus 4 is 7. -5 plus -4, the signs are the same, so I add them and use their sign. Here the signs are different, so I subtract. 11 minus 7 is 4. The larger number is negative, so -4. 10 minus 9 is 1, because see how the signs are different? The larger number is positive. 18 minus 7, or 18 minus 8 is 7. The larger number is a negative, so it's -7. And now we're back to 2, that the signs are the same. So I add these two and use their sign. Okay. Now when you add 3 or more integers, you still are doing the same thing, but you can only add 2 at a time. So I can do it in any order I want, okay? So if you want, you can add the signs that are the same. So 3 plus 9 is 12, so it's a -12. So this becomes 9 plus -12. Now the signs are different, so I'm going to subtract. and use the sign of the larger number. Down here, I could add the ones that match. So I have a -4 plus a -3, which is going to give me a -7. And I have a 6 plus 9, which is going to give me a 15. So I matched the signs and added those. Now when I have 7 plus 15, I subtract and use the sign of the larger number. So the answer is a +7. Now, I want you to try some. So pause it and then come back to it. So I have -8 plus -4, which is a -12, plus 8. I'm going to subtract, use the sign of the larger number, because the signs are different here. Here, I'm going to put the 8 and the 6 and the 2 together, which is an 8. The -3 and the -9, the signs are the same there, so I add them, it's a -12. Now the signs are different, so I subtract, and then use the sign of the larger number, which is a negative. All right, so your homework on this section is page 67, 12 through 39 all.